everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Daily Crow. I'm Chris Phillips of the Spurs Up Show, coming to you live. Going to talk some gambling, SEC gambling picks, best bet for Gamecocks, Alabama. Let's make some money this weekend. Before I get into it, if you need your tickets to South Carolina, Alabama, I literally just bought mine today. There are a ton on SeatGeek, and you can save a ton of money getting them. Go to SeatGeek.com or download the SeatGeek app. Use the promo code SPURSUP. You're going to save $20 off your first purchase. Again, I literally bought my ticket today. They're pretty expensive, around $100, but you can save $20 in the process. Make the tickets actually pretty cheap, depending on where you want to sit. So use that promo code SPURSUP on SeatGeek. If you're getting your tickets to Alabama, even if you're getting your tickets to any other game this season, use SeatGeek to get them. They've got the best selection. They've actually got a great ticket rating system, which rates the ticket for you based on the type of deal you're getting. So you're never going to get ripped off again. You know exactly the type of deal you are getting before you click the buy button. So again, that's SeatGeek.com, or go download the SeatGeek app. Use the promo code SPURSUP to save $20 off your first purchase. All right, like I mentioned, best bet for South Carolina, Alabama, SEC gambling picks week 3. We ended last week with the SEC gambling picks 7-5-1 on the week, 11-12-1 overall. But I want to start first with the best bet on South Carolina, Alabama. Gamecocks taking on the Crimson Tide, hoping to bottle up some of that magic from 2010 and pull a massive upset. Bama right now, got this morning, scoresandodds.com is what I use for those of you wondering. A 25-point favorite, 25.5, 26 in some places, but a 25-point favorite, over-under set at 60 total points. You know, in this game, and I kind of feel like I'm going to give away my prediction here, put out the poll, and it was actually pretty split up on what you guys thought was the best bet for this game. Some had USC plus 25, some had Bama covering. Over-under was pretty split, so kind of divided up across the board. Me, I don't think it's a homer pick to take South Carolina plus 25, and I'm going to tell you why, because South Carolina plus 25 is my pick. Do I think South Carolina is going to win the game? Absolutely not. But, you know, a Saban assistant has never beaten Nick Saban, correct? But I don't think Nick Saban, even if Bama gets up big, is going to try to pour it on. He's not going to try to embarrass Will Muschamp. I think there's a mutual respect amongst these coaches, and I just don't see Saban putting on the gas pedal and trying to score 50 or 60 points. And I think South Carolina, listen, it's going to be very tough with Ryan Helinski, a true freshman quarterback. That is the one thing that scares me, because Nick Saban's defenses feast on true freshmen. So I actually like South Carolina, though, to cover the plus 25. I'm looking at a final score. I mean, I think it'll be right at that number. I think Gamecocks, it'll be around a 24-point game, 21-point game in Bama's favor. But I do think South Carolina will do just enough to cover. It might be a backdoor cover. But again, I don't think Nick Saban is going to go the extra mile to try to embarrass Will Muschamp or embarrass his team. I think that relationship, that mutual respect, that coaching factor, if you will, kind of plays in there for me. And I don't know. I don't see it happening. Again, I could be wrong, and I've told you guys many times, you don't get rich betting against Alabama. But I do think at home, I think the Gamecocks have a new spark with Ryan Helinski. Again, I do not at all expect them to win. I expect Bama to win pretty well, honestly. I expect Bama to win big. But I do think the Gamecocks will cover just barely plus 25. All right, let's get into some SEC gambling picks. Like I said, 7-5-1 in week 2. Pretty good. Rebounded from a really rough week 1. So overall, we're sitting at 11-12-1 overall. So time to get that winning percentage back over 500. Going to start with UGA, Arkansas State. Georgia, a 33.5-point favorite. Over-under set at 57. I actually like Arkansas State here, plus 33.5. I took the Dogs last week to cover. They did not. I think Arkansas State's a pretty solid team for a team outside the Power 5. Georgia obviously doing their thing. But the Dogs haven't looked incredibly impressive, if you will, thus far this season. I do like Arkansas State to cover the 33.5, but again, Georgia will win big, but I like Arkansas State to cover there. Mississippi State, Kansas State. Mississippi State is 7.5-point favorite, over-under set at 51.5. I do like Mississippi State to cover the 7.5 in Starkville. I think the Bulldogs kind of being slept on a little bit right now. Kansas State, obviously, I know a solid opponent, but I like Mississippi State to cover that number at home, even with the hook. Arkansas, Colorado State. Arkansas, 9.5-point favorite, over-under set at 60.5. I actually like Colorado State here, plus 9.5. This number actually started at 10, now down to 9.5. Listen, I think Arkansas may be the worst team in the SEC this year. Wouldn't shock me if Colorado State got the win outright. So I like the Rams to cover that 9.5-point spread and possibly even win. I got Auburn, Kent State next. Auburn, 35.5-point favorite, over-under set at 52. Give me Auburn minus 35.5 here to cover. I think the Tigers explode. Bo Nix at quarterback. I think they have a big day on offense. I think the Tigers run away with this one and really try to just have a blowout performance, just kind of have a statement game before they get into SEC play. So I like Auburn to cover the 35.5. Final one. There's a bunch of SEC games here. You're going to notice that they're not listed because they're playing lower competition where there is not even a spread. There's no line, anything like that. So last game, Kentucky, Florida, which is a really intriguing game. Terry Wilson out for the season with a torn ACL. Florida an 8-point favorite. Over-under set at 50.5. No Terry Wilson, no problem, I think, man. I think Kentucky's team dynamic completely changes without him at quarterback. I've got the Gators covering the 8. I just don't think Kentucky's going to be able to do a lot this season without Terry Wilson at quarterback. So I've got the Gators covering 8. Again, for my best bet for South Carolina, Alabama, I've got the Gamecocks covering plus 25. Again, like I said, I think Bama will win the game. I think Bama will win the game handily, to be honest. But I do think South Carolina is able to kind of get a backdoor cover and cover the plus 25 point spread. So that's going to do it for me. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, time to get back over 500. We're sitting at 11, 12, and 1 overall in the SEC gambling picks. Going to get back over 500, have a big weekend. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, if you need tickets, go to SeatGeek. Use the promo code SPURSUP. Save $20 in the process. They've got your tickets for you there. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.